All right, very good morning to all, and thank you all for joining to this meeting. And I am Yogeshwari, and I teach online from past 8 years completely. We cannot say that it was a complete 8 years continue online journey. I taught as an assistant professor for chemistry in a college as well, but then I didn't enjoy it and I left my job, and I thought of transitioning my career full time into online. Before we begin, we have something, I have something to share with you. Like, who am I? Why you should hear me? Why should you dedicate your 20 minutes to me? So, as you already know me from your Instagram as well, I am a tutor for AP, A level, IVDP, IGCSE, Cambridge CICTL certification, which stands for Cambridge International Certification in Teaching and Learning. I did my course with a proper distinction. CK12 certification, which I always say you to do as well. AI Aware and AI Appreciate. I have done AI for Educators by a company who made Claude, which is Anthropic. I have my Oxford AQA qualifications. I was awarded as Innovative Tutor for 2025 by Hindustan Book of Records. And this year, my AP results was 5 out of 5 in chemistry and 4 out of 5 in chemistry. So this is what about me. So what is international tutoring? As its name suggests, international but tutoring. You know, initially, or even on Instagram or various websites, if you see online tutoring, when people say online tutoring, everything comes into mind is just that taking a class on Zoom, and that too with the cameras off, and we don't know where the discipline goes, isn't it? So, this is what I have framed it in a such a way that your mind should only think about international online teaching. So, what do I mean by international? Means international, means something out of India, something in foreign countries, isn't it? So, basically, I am talking about that you guys have subject expertise. If you are from science, if you're from maths, if you're from engineering, if you're from mathematics, even if you're from English, and even if you're from history or something like mental maths, things like that, you should try this. And if you're new, all your ears should be on me. And then we have how Indian teachers can teach the world. What do you think? How they can teach? We have technology. In India, internet is quite at an affordable range. Internet is quite accessible here in India. So you all should leverage this. If you know technology, if you have your laptop, if you have your pen tablet, if you have your creative mind, I think you should start it. So let's dive deeper. Why international tutoring? So initially, when I started it in 2020, it was not in that much trend. Even if you see, when I was in 2020, I was paid, let me give you a rough idea, 250 to 350 for one class, that too in the night shift. And then now, when it's 2026, you can expect 3,000 to 5,000 per class, but depends what your experience is, what your skills are, how you have grown yourself. So this is a real data that the global online tutoring market is growing very fast. It's driven by demand from US, UK, Middle East, Singapore, and Hong Kong. And parents abroad actively seek qualified, affordable tutors. I'll tell you why only Indian tutors are in demand. Because I have observed this from so long that because Indian education system is so descriptive, we are trained in such a way to write answers which are very in depth, 5 markers or 6 markers. And even if you see our books like NAP, after NAP 2020 things are changed a lot. But before this, if I talk about when I was a student, we was not exposed to these experiential learning or so. I was always the one who got concepts from books. I was a person who read books a lot. I remember my grade 10 days. I remember my grade 12 days. I always read it because back then YouTube was not also accessible. So you only had this option to read, and we did. And that was the reason maybe my concepts became so strong that you can teach literally any curriculum out there, but your concept should be strong and you should be well versed with the curriculum. Most of these teachers which I see in my Instagram DM, they would say me, Miss, can I teach online? I want leads. I have done PhD, I have done MPhil, I can teach online. It doesn't work like that. Please understand. If you have subject knowledge, that is just one part you have. But then you should have skills. You should know their culture. You should know how to make their personal bonding with you. So I'm gonna show you what works and what doesn't in the coming slides. So that's why this market is booming, right? Now, as I said you before, Indian educators are in demand for science, technology, for engineering subjects and mathematics, but that doesn't mean that it's not in demand for English or so. You can, it's even demand. Hindi is also in demand, but then you should be creative enough to get the job and to sustain there and retain the students. That's the market. You know what happens in offline? You have class of 40 students. Even if you give result for two out of those 40, you will be best tutor in that particular area. But it's not like that in online. If you have eight students, eight should be getting A's or A stars or even B you can. Or even if student was on U grade, it doesn't mean that you have to take it on A. Even if you can take them to B, that is also considered under a good result. So you have to document everything you do. So why this job you should do is, one is this can be pros and cons, this can be plus or minus for individual. Like time zones actually work in our favor. US evenings are going to be your morning or your early morning slots, or maybe up to your 9 a.m., 10 a.m., or 11 a.m. Gulf evenings, Gulf means Middle East, like Dubai, UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait, all of these place, their evenings are your evenings. And if you want to see the time zone difference, ChatGPT can help you because every area has a different, because some are 1.5 hours ahead, some are 2.5 and all that stuff. Right? So next is international actually. I mean, these are all the curriculums. And this is not complete. I have taken rough curriculums which are in demand. So if I can write here, wait, let me see. I can write. You can take note of this IGCSE, which stands for International General Certification in Secondary Education. You should go for these curriculum. If out of you, if anybody is serious, it's my personal advice to you all guys, start from IGCSE. That too for year It's year based. Let me explain you first. In India, as we say, class 1, class 2, class 3, or grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Likewise, in IGCSE, we never talk in terms of class. If you are a tutor, let's say I'm a chemistry teacher, right? I know the concept and subject of chemistry. And I'm in a class, I'm in a demo, and in that demo, I say, okay, you are from 8th class. That's the first point parent will reject you because you don't know their terms. I know it's a very basic thing, but that's how you position yourself as a premium tutor. Why some tutors are getting 800 for just for class 6, that too for 50 minutes, and why some are getting just 200 or 250. Reason is this, their portfolio, the way they represent themselves. So they talk in terms of year. Let's say their year 8 would mean their grade 7. Their year 9 would mean their grade 8. Their year 10 means their grade 9. Grade year 11 means their grade 10. Now, when we go to year 12 and year 13, that would of course means grade 11 and grade 12. But guys, it's not like let me explain you by comparing this with Indian curriculums. What's the difference between year and grade? I'm going to tell you this. Someone asked me, see, this is. So basically, it's their term. Like in India, we say class, we say grade. This is their curriculum. They say it year. It's for your understanding that it's grade this, it's level. We should not say it grade, it's level. If somebody is at year 9, that means it's at grade 8 level. You can think it like that. There are websites where notes are already there, so you don't have to dig deeper into what to teach in grade 8. I'm going to tell you the websites in the coming slides as well. So this is just the level to understand the level. Someone asked me in which countries. IGCSE stands for international, guys. This stands for international. So it's basically in every country, but not necessarily in UK, because UK has their own state specific board, which is General Certification in Secondary Education, which is only GCSE. But that doesn't mean in UK people are not studying IGCSE. If someone says you IGCSE, so it's very deep. That's why I have my complete guide on IGCSE. Because in India, what happens is if somebody is sitting for CBSE exam, CBSE will conduct exam. It's very simple. But in IGCSE, what happens is if some student is in IGCSE curriculum, you have to ask them which exam board you are sitting for, because there are a hell lot of exam boards. There is Cambridge, there is AQA, there is Oxford AQA, there is Edexcel, there is Pearson, there is WJEC and O levels, which is in Pakistan. So you have to ask them. Now you might feel overwhelmed seeing this. You don't have to learn this all. It's just that there is a website which is Save My Exams. Save My Exams. You go to this website, you can select the curriculum, then they will ask you to select the exam board. Ask the student what exam board you are in, select the exam board, and then you will have your particular syllabus of that particular class. I hope it's clear. Give me a thumbs up from the chat box or here in any emoticon you can give me. Give me a thumbs up in the chat box, guys. Got it. Well done. Great. Now, only last thing I want to see, because there may be secondary teachers as well. There may be. Okay, I see. Okay, okay. Okay, guys. So here we have year 12 and year 13 as well. So in class, in CBSE, we say she's in grade 11, she's in grade 12. Like in IGCSE, we talk about there is 2 year course. So grade 11 is known as AS level and grade 12 is known as A level. And this is very basic. Even parents will say she's in grade 11, she's in grade 12, just to test you out. You should use these terms, AS level and A level, and that makes parents clear that she's clear with the curriculum. Only knowing subject is not going to help you. Let me be very clear with you. Right? Then we have also IB, international, and Cambridge schools and IGCSE curriculum is there in India as well. If somebody is there who cannot deal with foreign accents, you can try sitting for IGCSE, but then in whatever place you work, or even if you have your private students, you can be very clear. You can get students from India. In if a person is from North Indian part, we don't have much international schools here. Even if they are there, just one or two schools in an area, but if you go in Bangalore, if you go in Mumbai, if you go in south part of India, we have a lot of these international schools, IGCSE curriculum. And let me be very clear, in India, which exam board takes IGCSE exam is Cambridge. If a student is from India, he is always going to sit for Cambridge exam board. That is exam we have here in India. We don't have Oxford, Pearson, and all that stuff, right? Next is this IB. IB is International Baccalaureates. If you want to get paid premium, you can start with IB. If you already have basic idea about IGCSE, if you already know and have taught international curriculums roughly, you should go for IB. IB PYP, it's divided into three parts: PYP primary year programs, MYP middle year programs, DP diploma programs. It's for primary classes. It's for middle-aged classes like up to grade 8, 9 from 6th. It's for 11th and 12th TP. I teach high DP. Likewise, if you have done masters, if you have done MPhil like this, you can focus on IBDP. And there is certification course for IPTP as well, which of course is not so important for you to do, even if you can sit for workshops. I'm going to post next reel on Instagram only on this thing. So you guys can focus on IBDP if you want to get paid premium again. But then again, teaching IB is little tricky. Even I'm teaching from past 7 to 8 years. I started teaching IB this year. This session will be my first IB. I did that for last year, but that was just a crash course. But professionally, I started teaching IB this year. So please teach this curriculum first. Teach IG first, and then IB, getting into IB becomes easy. And then you have common core curriculum as well. If you are teaching to lower grades, see in foreign countries, if you are dealing with grade below 9, you have to always ask it what topics you are doing and everything, because it's all in hand of schools. There are teachers who will, even if you get syllabus from chat gpt and all, there are teachers in the schools who might miss certain topics for a certain grade. It's all in hands of teachers, so you can ask kid and parent directly. This is what the pattern is. So can you please tell me what you're doing next topic? But there are things how to form thing. Do not say them bluntly, abruptly. Please form it in a very polite professional way. You get that? Then these are myth busting audience form. And I know most of you have these questions. I can see there are a lot of questions coming in chat box. Do I need BA to teach internationally? For at least online tutoring, you do not need BA. I have made my successful online tutoring business and I do not have BA till. But that doesn't mean BA is not important. I'm thinking to do it this year. See? So BA is important, but it's not necessary to get an online teaching job. So please do not just lag it that I'll do BA first and then I'll start. No, you can simply start it and then in the course of time you can do BA. Do you need a foreign degree? No, you don't need. Many people text me on Instagram that Miss, we also want to do Cambridge CICTL. Yes, you can do, but let me be very clear with you all here. I had a job before CICTL. I did CICTL, Cambridge International Certification, last year in July, but I was an online tutor even before. You can see my Instagram. I was an online tutor before July as well. So you do not need a foreign degree. Of course, it can be an add-on. It can be something which can position you as premium. You can charge premium later after having these degrees. But before, to start it, at least you don't need. My accent will be a problem? No. Your accent will not be a problem. But their accent can be a problem. If someone is from UK, let me be very clear, UK accent is something which is little typical to understand. So what you can do is, even if you can see here, when you are host, if you click on three dots, you have option of closed captions to switch on closed captions. Even on Google Meet, in the bar below, you see CC option, closed captions. So you can always switch on that, right? And then whatever other is speaking, you will see that already. So you can understand that. And then whatever you speak, they can always understand, but their accent can be a problem for you, but you can understand by switching on closed captions. Clarity matters, not accent. And that is something I want to say you. Even I'm not proficient in English. You can see I pronounce a lot of words wrong. People on Instagram will comment me, but I don't care. Because people pay me for chemistry, for understanding chemistry. They are not paying me for my accent or something, but you should be good and right and premium and polished on your part. Rest everything falls into place. Its saturated demand still exceeds. So yeah, people say that online teaching is actually saturated. A lot of people are coming, people from neat industry are coming in this market. It's saturated. No, it is not at all like that. If you are good with your concepts, with your skills, with your talent, you already have place here, right? I think we are short of time. I'm gonna quickly cover this up now. There are three ways to enter into this market. First is agencies and tutoring companies, and your first step should be this: target these agencies and tutoring companies, and then you submit your CV Get selected, submit your demo, get selected, work under them. What are pros and cons? They will find students for you. They will set their own rates, but you will teach and you get your rate, which that agency pays you. The pros are there is zero marketing, students structured onboarding. See, you only have to go and teach. That's it. You don't have to handle any extra thing. Cons will be they pay you lower. And people who are working in agency thing already know that there is a tutor here, Poonam. I know she's a really good tutor, but then again, you will always be paid less when you're working under agency. But guys, accept it. For first year, please accept this because you are still learning and you will polish yourself, learn the system, learn the thing. Because when company is handling everything else, you can focus on your teaching part. And then that's how you learn. They have fixed schedule, but you have less freedom. Why? Because students have their fixed schedules and you have to teach. Less freedom doesn't mean you don't have freedom. You if you have good rapport with the student and parents, you can always reschedule. Then why you should choose this? As I already said, if you're brand new to the market, you want to experience, you want testimonials, because initially when you're starting, nobody will book with you. But when you are under an agency, agency will give you student. And then if you have testimonials, you can use them further when you have left that agency for your own self purpose, because those testimonials are for you and you don't want to market yourself. That's how it saves your energy. Next, we have the marketplace and subscription based platforms, which is little good than the agency thing, because here the thing is that how it works. You create your profile on their platform, you set your own rate, student will come and find you and they will book you. It is Preply style. Preply is a very famous platform. It's a subscription based platform. It's a language, it's to teach language and subscription based model. There are many, and even in India people are opening them, so this market is still growing, guys. So pros, control over pricing and profile you have, because you can change your pricing anytime. If I want to change my pricing today, I can go on Preply and I can change my price. So it works like that. It has global visibility. People from UK can explore you. People from US, people from Middle East, anybody can explore you because your profile is visible. But then again, guys, it's not that easy. You have to make your profile in such a way that should stand out in the profiles of international tutors as well. Because if you're making a profile on Preply, there are international tutors as well. So you have to be like that. And for that, you need to learn skills. Then you have platform commission. How platform earns, they will keep commission from whatever you are earning. And then they have reviews, your reviews. If your reviews are good, they will give you more demos. Why to choose this? When you have some experience and you can write your strong profile, when you have your results with you, your testimonials with you, and you can write your profile, then you should go with it. And if you want to gradually raise your price later, on Preply, you can literally earn in dollars. But again, you need certain things to be there. Third is something which is most above this place, like above all, independent tutoring, your own brand. This happens with years, guys. Don't fall in this trap that I'm going to start independent tutoring today. It will burn out you. Why? Because, one second, I think, yeah. How it works, your student comes via referrals when you have that face value in parents. You have your good social media, your LinkedIn, or your own website, and then you should also set up your own payment methods. There are certain accounts which can accept international payments. You should have knowledge of the platforms through which you can do this transaction and all that, because sometimes parent even don't know how do I transfer money, and you should have knowledge of all that. So it will come gradually with time. Highest earning, full freedom, long term asset, this is something established tutors do. So they have this. But the cons are that you should handle your own marketing thing, you handle your own payment, you should have track of who has done payment when, scheduling, trust building. So basically, you have to be face of your brand. You have to teach, you have to update your social media, you have to do PTMs, you have to maintain all the payments done by parents yourself. So when you are choosing this, when after you have at least 1 year of experience, you have testimonials in your hand, you have when you have finished one academic year under an agency or under a subscription based platform, then you can do this. You get that, guys? And then let's next is, I think I have to stop here. This is last slide I just want to show. So what should be your realistic path, guys? What should be your realistic path? This is last slide. You should have first now, if you want to start new, you should have 0 to 6 year of agency experience first. I would say do 1 year under agency. I'm telling you, if you get good agency, you will know how to teach. You will know how to deal in the market. And then you should have 6 to 12 years of marketplace profile. You should start posting online, and then your private thing will happen, and your independent student can become your main source of income. Guys, I wanted to show you something. Take screenshot of this profile, because this is something which even if you give a reading later after this meeting, you will get an idea that what should I do. And the one who will post this on Instagram tagging me, again, two of you will win 30 minutes personal mentorship session with me, free. But your caption will be read by me. So once you're done with the screenshot, please give me a thumbs up in the chat and we are done with the session. Okay, there are a lot of questions here. Shavina ma'am, it's all over you now.
Thank you, Miss Yogeshwari. If you can stop sharing your screen, ma'am, when we can take the questions.
Yeah, I did. Thank you.
So, can you read the questions in the chat box or
Yes, I have a lot of questions here and I'm doing them reading. Okay.
you answer these
AS
first, Miss
level.
Yogeshwari? Then we can move. We can ask them to raise their hands, and if they have any questions, they can unmute themselves and ask.
Okay.
Okay, thank
Got
you.
it. So Rucha has asked that AS level is grade 11, A level is grade 12, right? Yes, absolutely right. But you don't have to use this grade word in front of parent and in front of student. Make your habit of saying AS level and A level. Just once I'll come back to you once I'm done with the these chat questions. Rucha is again asking, I am just posting my question because later may forget because suggest some online courses to upgrade for online tutoring success. I have been teaching online from past 7 years and I have a man I used in teach school before and then I switched to so do information about knowing more about IB, AP curriculum or any certification. See, any certification can never help you. To understand AP, go to College Board website. Write this word COLLEG, College, BOARD, College Board. So once you go on College Board website, College Board is an agency like NEET, who does this NEET? NTA conducts NEET. Like AP is conducted by a college board. So you can get every single detail about this exam on college board website. That's how you do. Now, how to get PPT and teaching material and resources according to their syllabus. Okay, guys, this is a very good question. Write this website, Save My Exams, and in Save My Exams, you will get class-wise material. Can we ask for the syllabus and books to teaching according? No, you should never. That's the problem. What teachers do is after their demo get converted, they will do. Okay, can you share curriculum? Never do this. You can never ask this directly. If you are charging them, you're expert for that. You cannot ask. So there are situations. There are ways to ask. What do I use it? Sometimes you don't have time and you want to be really precise. So what you can do is you can ask. Okay, let's say my student's name is Anvi. To make Anvi's classes more precise, I was thinking if I can get curriculum material or if her teacher has shared something, so I can make judicious use of classes and we can be super precise with her classes. So once you ask like this, parent would think, okay, teacher is very responsible and she wants my kid to have best out of it. So that's how you ask. Do not ask it directly like, can you share me? No, share it in such a way that they should feel like their kids are attended premium. You get that? Yes. Okay, success. Okay, someone has asked me books. You write this website Ocean PDF, OCEAN Ocean PDF is website where you get all the maximum books. I won't say all the books, maximum books. Success doesn't come overnight. True that we need to network through agencies first to explore. Yes, Rucha, you are very right. You have got the key. You have actually got the key. If you have patience, see, I'm not saying you cannot earn in first year. You can earn, but you will be underpaid. But I'm saying survive that year, build your own profile, document everything, every single testimonial, every single praise you are getting, every single result you are getting. Make a Google Drive file, paste there everything. And then once you're done with an year, now you can think of setting your own things. Can you name agencies who provide for freshers? Zeal Educators. Zeal, Zeal, Educator. I was watching one of his podcasts. He said they select freshers, and that's a very good. Anirudh Das Goswami is the founder. He accepts freshers, but then again, you have to go rigorous training. They have rigorous training. If you sustain that training, only then you get selected final and then you get students. It's not like you are submitting CV, demo, simple interview, and then you will get students. No. Good companies will always make you go through their training. And then don't say, this is how I teach, I'll teach like this. No, don't be that rigid. Only the tutors who are easy to handle, who are adaptive enough. I have unlearned a lot of my habits. I was never interactive because I taught in college and I was like, teach and go. No, it doesn't work here. You have to be interactive. Can you name agencies, done? Can you please tell me name a few companies? Wingy, let me type. I cannot type because then chats will go. Wingy, WIINGY, Wingy. Mentor Match, MENTOR, Mentor Match. 98th percentile. Philo, FILO, Philo. Prep Check, PREPCHECK, Prep Check. And then Saturn Prep, SAT, SAT, NPREP Prep. And then Zeal Educator, I already told you. And then there are a lot of platforms. If you write on Google online tutoring websites plus IGCSE search, they will give you. Have you taught on Preply and how was your experience? I have my profile on Preply, but since I'm on full time tutor under an agency, so I cannot work freelancing anywhere. I have already a full time job, so I cannot associate myself with any other agency. That's the problem. I cannot teach anywhere, but I won't lie. I have my profile that was long ago I made. I don't know how it is now. So it's like that. I have a lot of mentees who work in Preply. I have done 3 to 4 mentees who already work on Preply, but I'm telling you, it's not that difficult to get students on Preply, and so your profile should be very strong. That is the thing. I have learned from all those mentees, but I'm researching on Preply. I bought a course from one of um, foreign tutor who is on Preply. So let's see how it goes. I'm gonna teach you guys this as well later. Does working under Indian agencies count? Yes, of course. Working under Indian agencies count, but you have to be in a really good agency. And once you go training of all these agencies, you will see who is good. Harder the training is, good quality they are providing means that company has good future, means if you are associated with that agency, you also have good future. Ma'am, does graduate can teach chemistry? It was enough. Yes, graduates can teach, but then you, I think, can start from IGCSE grade 6 or 7, year 7 and 8. Then gradually you can, increase yourself to the higher grades and transition yourself to the higher grades. Because if with graduation you directly apply for A levels, things will get little harder for you. Start from primary grades. That's how I started on Mentor Match. So start from primary grades, then inside to transition becomes easy. When the manager knows you, then you can say him, I can teach A levels as well. So whenever new students come, they always prefer their old tutors for higher grades instead of hiring new, right? Same way
Miss
exams and
Yogeshwari,
college board website. Yes.
Miss Yogeshwari,
Yes.
Mr. Jashwant has been waiting patiently. He raised his hand. Can you attend him,
Yeah.
please?
Yes, Jaswant, please say. I was thinking maybe I can finish those questions. Jaswant, please say.
Hey, hi, Yogeshwari. Thank you
Hi.
for this wonderful session. I just wanted to ask something which is very, related to me. It's not a generic
Yes.
question. So, for
Okay.
example, basically, I have a full-time job. So I have done my bachelor's with technology and I have done my full-time MBA from Symbiosis Pune. It's a
Mm-hmm.
professional 2 year course. But I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to try teaching just for my side gig. It's not, I don't want it as a full-time job. Okay. I just want maybe
Mm-hmm.
1 or 2 hours daily or something like week on a weekend. So what do you suggest? How should I start? Because I don't want this teaching profession as my full-time career option, just to
Mm-hmm.
learn or want to teach someone because I like teaching. So in that case, how do you suggest me to go about it?
Yes, you should always try agencies because getting a full-time job is tough. Getting freelancing is very easy. Not that easy, I would say. It all depends on how you craft your CV. Some of my slides are left actually. I'll host this again, the same thing. I'll teach you next PPT slides as well. So your CV should be exact. The problem is, even with the offline teachers, they will apply with the same CV. That's the problem. You should create your CV. It should have proper keywords of teaching online, and then your demo video should be like a very interactive demo video. And there are ways to do that. I'm going to teach you in the coming sessions. Once you have that, you can start from an agency. Let's say if your agency hired you, always when you get into agency, they will always ask you what are your preferable slots. If they do not have minimum amount of slots, let's say some agencies would say you have to at least do 20 hours in a week. That's their acceptance. If you can do, only then they will make you join. But you have to find and research which agency can you can find on Indeed, you can find on Upwork as well. If you are little from engineering background, I think you can find it on Upwork as well. But LinkedIn is a good thing. LinkedIn is a good place to find such things. You have to research which agency can hire you with those slots. Let's say if you want to give only 2 slots per day, that would mean 5 to the 20. 20 hours you can work in a week. That means, of course, there are high chances. 20 is minimum. I have seen maybe 24 or 20. This is the range they will accept you. So once you say that I want class only in 8 p.m. and 9 p.m., so the one who is the customer success executive or the coordinator there, they will only give you demo only in those slots. It works like that. The whole system works like when I was freelancer, I used to work from 4 p.m. IST to 9 p.m. IST. So whatever demos, whatever classes I had, that only was in this time frame. They will never disturb you after that or before that. You get that?
Yeah,
Thank
totally
you.
understand. Thank you so much for clarifying.
Welcome,
Thank you, Mr.
welcome.
Yogeshwari. Let's finish the other questions in the chat box as we are running out of time, ma'am. Please not
Yes.
post any other questions. Thank you.
Yes. What can be ideal setup for home conducting such? You need a laptop, you need a pen tablet, you need a simple, not this kind of headset. If you cannot invest for now, the simple earphones would work best because laptops today also have noise cancellation and Zoom also have its own noise cancellation. So it's not that necessary. That's it. Ocean PDF, yes, Rucha, right. You talked about if someone has IB curriculum and they have Cambridge. You talked about if someone has IB curriculum and they have Cambridge board. What's the difference curriculum boards in English? So it's really very different, Jyoti. I seriously cannot explain you whole of this curriculum. But yes, ChatGPT can give you details. IB is a different curriculum. Like here in India, we have CBSE and ICSE and state boards. Likewise, IB is also international curriculum, but it's more experimental based, when IGCSE is more concept based like that of. Please mention good pen tablet. XP pen, you can buy any model of XP pen company, whatever your budget is, it's good. Zeal Educator is the company. If you cannot get reviews or testimonial via someone you teach, how should one do? There are tips and tricks how to get it. If you have taught good, of course, parents will give you testimonials. And also, if you have taught eight, if you have taught 10, expect testimonials from six. You have to run after them. So there are tips and tricks. If I'll say you this, if I'll explain you this, I'll lose. Like ChatGPT can give you the answer to this question. Mental math, SAT, and prep. You missed N between, Rucha. Yeah, Wingy, WIINGY. It's not wing it. What can be payment methods? Remitly you can use, or say them do direct bank transfer. But Remitly is good. Or if you have Apple device, foreigners always have Apple devices. They can directly do you Apple payment as well. Websites for curriculums for different countries, I've already told. As freshers, from which class should we start till which class? As fresher, you should start from primary classes, not too primary if you don't have patient. If you're not patient, if you don't have patience, start from, like I started from grade 6th. That's how it works. Yogeshwari, really insightful session and useful information many of us has it. Thank you so much. I'll take screenshot of this. How much charge we should first? Okay, it all depends on your personal credentials, you what certifications, your results. If you have good results, if you have produced AP 5 out of 5, if you have IB 7, you can charge premium. And I cannot say you that because that's your personal thing. You can suggest some agencies for beginners, please. I already told. Numerical based, do you have to PPT mainly because numerical example real found based on which one? No, 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 no. It's not always important to teach from slides. That's a myth everybody has. I use whiteboard. I use whiteboard. It's not always necessary to have it. Should I have experience teaching IGCSE offline to start online teaching? No, 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 no. It's not. I never got teaching from IGCSE international schools. I was a CBSE student. I have never taught in IGCSE, but online works without images. You should have skills. I'll conduct a demo lesson kind of workshop later. You can attend that. I'll tell you how to have that demo. Websites for curriculum of different countries. I've told you, save my exams. Do we have to make slide and PPT? No. Planets par, I cannot at all say about that because it's recorded. Rucha, does we need to make PPT and explain them, or directly using pen tablet we can explain them? It's all whatever you can do best. Like when I make PPT, you know, I'm not focused on PPT. That's why I never use PPT. I use like for science subjects, for reactions, chemistry, I use pen tablet. So whatever you can do best, do that, please. No, courses are not necessary. Wait for my second reel I'm posting tomorrow. You will get to know why. IB itself says certification is not important. Upasana, you can consider teaching grade 6, 7, 8 first. Wonderful, insightful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Deepthi. I was taking class. It's recorded, Juveria. It's recorded. You can see it later. All right, we are done with the questions. And yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Let me take a screenshot.
Thank you so much, Ms. Yogeshwari. And I thank you for that insightful and thought-provoking presentation. We truly appreciate you
you.
sharing your expertise on our platform today, ma'am. And I would
Mhm.
also like to thank all participants for joining us and for your engaging questions. Before I end the session, anything else you want to mention?
No, no, I do not want to mention, but I just want to mention one thing because there was many who joined late and I missed certain slides. Please be active on my Instagram, Yogeshwari underscore teaches underscore online. I'm going to host this webinar again. That will be free again. And I'm gonna teach you next slides as well.
Thank you so much. I'll end the session now.